Hi, and welcome back. Today we are going to talk about how to make your studying a little bit more effective. So, as we're coming up on the new year and those exciting New Year's resolutions, if you're making one that has to do with language, hopefully these tips will help you out a little bit. So, my three big tips of the day that I have tried out myself, these are tried and they're tested by me and by other people that I've worked with, very, very effective. Number one, learn your learning style. If you don't know your learning style and if you don't know your other sub learning styles, this is really important. Take a free learning style test online and figure out what your learning style is because it will help you maximize your time. For example, if I am trying to learn a language and someone tells me over and over and over a new word, it doesn't work for me because I'm visual. I need to see it. And learning that helped me really cut down a lot of my study time. Okay, the second tip I was going to give to you today is make sure that you use context. A lot of times people want to look something up real fast and make sure, okay, the exact translation of this phrase, that's what I'm going to use. Watch movies, make sure that the phrase, it might be useful in one context and it might be the same from, for example, English and Spanish. But there might be other phrases that are more common in English, for example, than that one translation. So that's why I'd say watch context. Do a lot of movie watching. Notice different situations. How do people respond? And maybe it won't be a word for translation of the thought or the phrase that you would use in your native language, but you're getting the equivalent. That's really important. If you just look things up in the dictionary, when you think about them and you say, oh, how do I say propio when someone comes to my house? It won't be the exact translation or the exact idea of what you mean. So use context and make sure that when you're studying, you always pay attention to that context. Ooh, I'm watching something about The Office and this person's leading. That's my job, and so I'm listening to the phrases that they're using when they're giving feedback to employees, when they're greeting employees, etc. Okay? And number three, say it out loud. These are very simple things, right? But when you learn a new phrase, try and practice it and try and practice it out loud. There is something that goes on in our minds when we hear ourselves say something out loud. It's very, very useful for helping us remember it. And then practicing a new word or a new concept or verb in context is really also important for adults to make sure you really get it locked in there. So these are your three tips of the day. Almost Happy New Year. I hope you're very excited about a new year of learning. Keep at it. Thank you. Bye-bye.